today as a group, we're going to be discussing the implications of large language models hallucinations on the quality of software in the specific attributes of
reliability,
security,
and maintainability. So just a brief overview of what hallucinations are from your research.
Hallucinations are generation of code which is semantically correct but logically flawed when it is generated by large language models in artificial intelligence.
Okay, so that was a really good definition, and we know that there are several types of hallucinations, but today we're going to be focusing mainly on package hallucinations. So could you please share with us from your research?
Okay. And the package hallucination occurs when an LLM suggests or import and dependency on a library that's never been published.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for that. And from my research, package hallucinations refers to when large language models generate libraries as well, which haven't been registered on public repositories. So moving on, we need to know like why do large language models hallucinate? Because it's not just a concept that was stemmed from thin air. So from the research, could you please let us know the root causes of hallucinations in large language models?
Well, hallucination occurs by data and training, and may sometimes misinformations, incomplete records, and hallucination occurs when a person is using maintaining a data on a data sheets, and he's not taking a basically he's not taking information from a verified source and not relevant to the ground reality.
Okay, so technically it's garbage in, garbage out. If the model was trained with rubbish data or incorrect data, then it's going to produce incorrect results. So yeah, and what about you?
There are the misinformation or training and main causes of hallucinations. So there are, if it is the misinformation, then it will generate intrinsic hallucination, otherwise extrinsic hallucinations.
Okay, so there's intrinsic and extrinsic hallucinations depending on the source content that was used to train the model. Okay, interesting. So from the research that I did, these researchers suggested that the main cause of hallucination is due to conflicts in computational pathways, and these conflicts cause a semantic drift that make the model to strain away from its grounded meaning, and according to them it's irreversible and they just hallucinate to the point of no return. So moving on, like we earlier mentioned, we're going to be speaking about specific attributes, and the first attribute we're going to be talking about is security. So we're going to be discussing how these hallucinations directly affect the security of code and of software in general.
Well, there are four modules, four main courses in LLM security strategies. Basically, the first one was data security and model security, infrastructure security, and ethical corner. Basically, security, these areas are involving combinations of standard cybersecurity practices and LLMs specific preparations. Data security involves maintaining risk like data leaking and privacy breach and so on. Like some of them are also access control of protocols, ensuring data imagining, and module security focus on challenges basically such as misinformation, hallucination, and denial service of attacks, advocating of adaptation of some unauthentic creations.
Okay, wow, interesting stuff. And the next attribute we're going to be talking about is the reliability. So how does the hallucinations, how does it impact the reliability of software and code?
Yeah, hallucination based on generating the flawed package and flawed code. So it generates, when it generates software using the regarding artificial intelligence large language model, the flawed package and flawed code will generate wrong things, will generate wrong software. so the software will be not reliable. So that will affect the reliability in the software.
Yeah, so the next one we're going to be talking about is maintainability. And because developers can't rely on this code, as he aforementioned, they have to do most of the debugging, the refactoring, just to, ensure that everything is okay. But this is practical in one code basis, but when it comes to larger code bases with thousands and thousands of lines of code, it's not practical and it cannot be maintained. Every time there's a push or an update, developers will have to be worried about whether or not it's going to affect the other existing code. So in the long term, it's not a maintainable way of just maintaining software. So we're going to be talking about next, like, why is it relevant in this day and age
today? Because nowadays the AI and LLMs are mostly used to generate the code. Earlier they were not used. Earlier developers and coders used to write the code. So nowadays developers use AI. So nowadays it is important to consider the topic of hallucinations while AI generating the code.
Yeah, that is true. Based on recent statistics, the number of developers who are using these large language models to code have doubled or even tripled over the last few years. And from your research, why is this topic relevant today?
Like my friend said, that this now generation is very necessary to talk about this LLM and hallucinations, because before 20s, in 90s generation, no one is using AI modules and AI tools, because no one knows that this is also exists in our world.
Yeah.
And basically for this generation, everybody is depending on the AI modules while generating codes, while searching for something. So this is the right, from my perspective, this is the right time to talk about AI hallucination and LLM.
So after discussing the relevance of said topic in today's era, aside what we discussed, what else is out there? What's trending? What are people talking about? What are researchers looking into?
Yeah, vibe coding is basically a paradigm in which we have to give the orders to the machine regarding the natural language and voice, not by pressing buttons or writing code or doing some actions, but without touching it.
Okay, so lately researchers have been looking at the concept of vibe coding, and how it's so easy to generate code nowadays. So that's pretty interesting. About you, from your research, what else is
basically my research is related to slope squatting, and in slope squatting, basically individual person or someone else is making APKs and fake applications to spread malwares.
Oh, wow.
Spread by using these type of applications.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, very important factor to look into. So next, regarding everything that we've talked about, everything we've discussed, everything we've put on the table, we're going to be critically analyzing it, and just to think of on the information that we've put out there already. So far we've been talking on hallucination, package hallucination, and how it's affected software qualities. So in your opinion, guys, what do you think is okay with this information? What do you think is not okay? In my personal opinion, I don't think developers, software engineers should heavily rely on AI to do coding, because human beings are prone to errors, and it's the very human beings that train these AIs. We don't expect the AIs to be perfect. So using an artificial intelligence that has been trained on large language models, very, very much aware of said risks such as package hallucination, you should have it at the back of your mind that the AI will make mistakes. So you can't go in with zero knowledge about coding, zero knowledge about engineering, zero knowledge about how applications work, and you just expect to build something from the ground up. So that's my take. I think in 10 years, people will still be vibe coding. What's your opinion?
In the next 10 years, people will be doing more vibe coding instead of doing coding on machines.
You think so?
Yeah, because there is AI trend is emerging, like Alexa is coming, ChatGPT and Gemini and Copilot and Grok, Copilot, these.
Oh yeah, but personally,
Grok and all that.
Still on that point, I don't think vibe coding will be a long-term thing. I think it will die out in a few years, because having apps and software that have been made by people who have zero basic computer science knowledge, I don't think it will stand the test of time. That's just me. So if you think it'll still be around in 10 years, good for you, but I don't think it will stand the test of time. What, in your opinion of vibe coding, do you think?
As you can say, I definitely say that this vibe coding is not going to be active in upcoming years, because a person is having zero knowledge about anything, and he's working on any
On
AI
an app, yeah.
any application. So this is not right, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was a pretty fun discussion. I think, talking about vibe coding, its importance, and if it will stand the test of time. So just to conclude with this video, do you guys have any open questions to shoot at the audience? Just to tickle their brains. Any fascinating questions for the audience?
Yeah, can you code large language model?
Oh yeah,
in Python.
Python. Okay, so technically you're asking them that just in case they were to code the large language models, how would they, like stop or at least reduce the hallucinations? Yes. Okay. Any open questions from you?
Yes, I have a question. Basically, is it necessary to use AI modules without having zero knowledge about anything? You don't know about anything like coding and all. Is it necessary to go with the AI modules to generate an application?
Right, yeah, because my open question to the audience is, would you rather work with an artificial intelligence in the sense of pair programming, or would you rather work with a fellow programmer? So those are our questions for you guys to think and ponder over, and we hope you've learned a thing or two from everything we've said today. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.